A couple weeks ago, I made a video on 5 high credit limit credit cards I personally have that offer some of the highest credit limits and that allow you to get pre-approved for them with only a soft pull, and you guys seem to really like that video. So in today's video, I want to talk about some of the other credit cards I have that I didn't include in that video, but that also have high limits, soft pull pre-approvals, and credit limit increases, as well as one bonus credit card I don't have that also offers great limits. The first card on the list is the Citi Custom Cash Card. I was approved for this card with a credit limit of $5,300 and have increased my limit to $8,800, but we'll go over increases and more in just a minute. For those who aren't familiar, the Citi Custom Cash Card has no annual fee and currently offers a $200 sign-up bonus after you spend $1,500 on purchases in the first 6 months of account opening, plus zero intro APR for 15 months on purchases and balance transfers. On top of that, you'll get 5% cash back automatically on your top eligible spend category on up to $500 spent each billing cycle, plus 1% cash back on all other purchases. In other words, every month you can earn up to $25 once you spend $500, which turns out to be a $300 yearly profit without including the 1% profit. For a no annual fee credit card, that's pretty good. You can find a full list of the 5% eligible categories down in the description. To get approved for this card, you'll need a credit score of 670 or higher, and Citi may pull from any of the 3 major credit bureaus. In my case, they only pulled from Equifax, but most people have gotten their reports pulled from Experian and in rare cases TransUnion. My income at the time of applying ranged from 60 to 80K. I had a low debt to income ratio, and my total credit utilization was around 5%. Now, this credit card offers credit limits ranging from $500 to $25,000, but after doing some research, I found that most of the people who sign up for this card end up with a low starting limit between $500 and $3,000, but they can increase their limits by requesting credit limit increases. Asking for a credit limit increase with Citi is easy and doesn't affect your credit score because they only perform a soft pull unless otherwise stated. I've only asked for a credit limit increase once, and they've increased my limit from $5,300 to $8,800 in the first 6 months of having the card. Keep in mind that I got this card to specifically pay for a flooring job and take advantage of its bonus and zero intro balance offer. So when I first got the card, I used over 90% of my limit to pay for that purchase, and then I paid off half of it right away. In other words, I showed card usage and that I could handle my previous limit but may need a higher one, which could have been why they increased it. Now, after your first credit limit increase with this card, you'll need to wait 6 months before asking for another one. For example, I asked for an increase in June, so I now have to wait until December to ask for another. All in all, I really like this credit card, and the fact that you can request a credit limit increase without harming your credit score allows you to potentially reach a credit limit of $25,000 or higher with this credit card. So if you want to learn more about this credit card or any of the other cards I'll be mentioning today, I'll be leaving a link to each card's full review as well as sign up links for those who'd like to apply for any of them. The second card on the list is the Chase Freedom Unlimited. I was approved for this card with a credit limit of $6,500 about 2 years ago. For those who aren't familiar, this card has no annual fee and currently offers a $200 welcome bonus after you spend $500 on purchases in the first 3 months of account opening, 5% cash back on grocery store purchases excluding Target and Walmart, and up to $12,000 spent in the first year, which has a value of $600 or more depending on how you choose to redeem your points, plus zero intro APR for 15 months on purchases and balance transfers. On top of that, you'll get 5% on travel purchased through Chase Ultimate Rewards, 3% on dining at restaurants including takeout and eligible deliveries, 3% on drugstore purchases, and 1.5% on all other purchases. Your cashback also doesn't expire as long as your account is open. There's no minimum to redeem your cashback, and this credit card comes with a variety of benefits and redemption options that can increase your earnings. To get approved for this card, you'll need a credit score of 670 or higher, and Chase may pull from any of the 3 major credit bureaus. In my case, they only pulled from Experian, but others have gotten their reports pulled from 1 or more bureaus based on their state and other factors. My income at the time of applying for this card ranged from 60K to 90K. I had a low debt to income ratio and a low credit utilization. This card offers credit limits ranging from $500 to over $30,000. So if you get it, the lowest limit you'll get is $500, but if you use the card frequently, you might be able to get automatic credit limit increases from Chase. You can also increase your limit by requesting a credit limit increase, but unlike Citi, Chase does a hard pull for increases. So if you don't mind the hard pull, you can increase your credit limit this way as well. Personally, I've never asked for a credit limit increase on this credit card because it's not worth a hard pull for me, and I've managed to increase my overall credit limit by simply applying to new credit cards that I like instead. Here are some examples of people who have been approved for high limits and credit limit increases on this card. This person was approved for over 15K, this other one as well, and under a year their limit was automatically increased to more than 26K, and this last one was approved for over 20K. Lastly, please remember that these limits are not guaranteed and they're based on a variety of factors. But all in all, being that this credit card is free to own, offers a variety of great rewards, and has the potential to reach a 30K credit limit, makes this credit card a must-have in my opinion. The third card on the list is the Capital One Quicksilver Rewards card. I was approved for this credit card with a credit limit of $6,000 and have since increased my limit to 13K. The Capital One Quicksilver Rewards card is a no annual fee credit card, and it currently offers a $200 sign-up bonus to new members who spend $500 on purchases within the first 3 months of opening their account, plus 0 intro APR for 15 months on purchases and balance transfers. You'll also earn 1.5% unlimited cash back on all your purchases and have access to a variety of redemption options as shown on the screen, as well as protection benefits like no foreign transaction fees, extended warranty, 0 fraud liability, Capital One offers, and much more. To get approved for this card, you're going to need a credit score of 670 or higher, and Capital One may pull from any or all 3 major credit bureaus to approve you for this credit card. In my case, and for most people, they've pulled from all 3, which isn't ideal, but there have been reports where Capital One has only pulled from 1 or 2 of the major credit bureaus instead of all 3. My income at the time of applying for this card ranged from 60 to 90K, low DTI, and I don't remember my utilization, but it must have been low since I always try to maintain a total utilization of 10% or less among all my credit cards. This card offers credit limits ranging from $500 to over $20,000, but the starting limits are usually small for most people. However, you can increase your credit limit by asking for a credit limit increase with only a soft pull, so that's always an option if you get approved for a small limit. Please be aware though that Capital One is very stingy when it comes to granting increases, especially high ones, but if you use the credit card frequently, pay on time, update your income if it applies, and you maintain a good, long relationship with them, you may increase your chances of getting a credit limit increase. Personally, I've had the card for a little over a year and have asked for 5 increases in total, with 2 of them being approved. So in a year, I've gone from 6K to 6,500 to now 13K, which is really good considering that I only use this credit card on random small purchases every month. By the way, I wait 3 to 6 months per increase request. Overall, in terms of rewards, this card doesn't really offer a lot compared to other no annual fee cards, and it's harder to get approved for credit limit increases with it, but since you can request increases with only a soft pull, it allows you to potentially reach higher limits on this no annual fee credit card. Lastly, the bonus credit card that offers high limits is the Amex Blue Cash Everyday Card. This card has no annual fee and currently offers 3% on groceries, US online retail purchases, and gas purchases and up to $6,000 yearly, plus 1% on other purchases, as well as a great sign-up bonus, Amex credits, useful benefits, and a lot more. I have a full review of this credit card on my channel, so to learn more about it, feel free to watch that video. Now, this card offers credit limits ranging from $500 to $25,000, but by requesting credit limit increases, you can increase that amount even further. Amex only does a soft pull for credit limit increases, so it doesn't harm your credit score at all. And after having the card for a certain amount of time, you can ask for triple your current limit. Yes, triple, which is insane. To learn more about how that works, feel free to watch this other video if you like. To get approved for this credit card, you'll need a credit score of 700 or higher, but you can always get pre-approved with only a soft pull first to see if you stand a chance. Now, on the actual application, Amex will pull your credit report from Experian and occasionally from the other bureaus, but it's not very common. For example, I applied for the Amex Blue Cash Preferred card and Amex pulled from Experian and TransUnion, so again, it varies. All in all, this is a great rewards credit card, and I've seen many people get approved for high limits on it as well, which is why I had to add it onto the list. Again, I'd like to mention that these credit limits are not guaranteed, and they're based on a variety of factors like your credit score, income, credit limits on your other credit cards, and so on. So just because other people have been approved for X amount doesn't really mean that you will be too, and vice versa. Lastly, there are many other credit cards with and without annual fees that offer high credit limits that I didn't really talk about because this video needs to end soon, but if you guys want a video on some of those options, let me know. Anyways, beautiful people, I would love to hear how you guys feel about the mentioned credit cards, and if you're comfortable, please share your credit limits and your credit cards so we can help each other out. Also, if you guys are interested in signing up for any of these credit cards or other great credit cards with huge sign-up bonuses, and if you want to earn some extra cash back plus $30 with Rakuten, make sure to check out the links down in the description. It'll help my channel out like crazy. I love you guys. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss out on any future uploads. And if you liked today's video, make sure to watch this one next. Okay, bye now.